Janelle's youngest kid, Savannah, just had her high school graduation ceremony, and Janelle took the opportunity to call out Kody. But the question is, how will everything change now that all of Janelle's kids are grown up? And are things really over between her and Kody? Listen closely because this whole thing is pretty insane. Out of all the former sister wives, Janelle always used to be on pretty good terms with Kody, at least compared to Christine and Mary. But now it looks like that might just be about to change. She even said so herself over on Instagram. She posted a set of pictures from her daughter Savannah's graduation, and the caption had some pretty loaded words in it. Obviously, the main point of the post was to celebrate Savannah's graduation, and Janelle did talk about that in her post too. But she also said that this graduation was different from when her other kids graduated high school in the past, and that's for one very obvious reason. At this point, she and Kody aren't actually together as a couple anymore, and you can imagine that really changes things, especially when it comes to milestones that usually get celebrated as a family. Before, for example, there would be one family picture from the graduation with everyone in it, but now that Janelle and Kody aren't together anymore, the family picture doesn't have Kody in it. It's just Janelle and all the kids that were able to show up and celebrate with everyone. From the first picture, it completely looks like Kody just wasn't there. And I mean, this is Kody we're talking about, so I could totally believe he just wasn't there. Although even for him, that would be pretty sad, to not even make it to his own kid's graduation. But it turns out that he actually was there. The very next picture in Janelle's Instagram post is actually a selfie of Kody and Savannah, and it's obvious the selfie was taken on the same day as the family picture. Savannah has her graduation cap on and all. Even the lighting in the photo is the same. So it's obvious that Kody actually did make it to his daughter's graduation, but he obviously wasn't invited to join in for the family photo. And I'm pretty sure this is exactly what Janelle meant when she said that things were very different this time around. It's as if Kody isn't even part of Janelle's family anymore. And what makes that even more shocking is that it actually wasn't just Janelle and her kids who took the picture. Christine's daughter Gwendolyn is actually also in the shot posing with the family, so it's really just Kody who wasn't invited. But it's interesting to think about why exactly that might be, because he and Janelle haven't actually been on bad terms at all since their split. It's obvious Janelle is really happy to be free of Kody, but she also hasn't cut ties as severely as Christine, for example, so I imagine she might not have actually minded if Kody was in the family photo with her and the kids. So I actually think it might not have been her who made that decision. I mean, she even included Savannah's selfie with Kody in her Instagram post, and I don't see why she would do that if she didn't want him included in the family. But the thing is, it was actually Savannah's graduation, so maybe she was the one who got to decide all this. But I actually think it wasn't her who had a problem with including Kody either. After all, she did actually take a selfie with him right after, or maybe before the family photo was done. It's actually Savannah's brothers who are on pretty bad terms with their dad, especially Gabe and Garrison, who both are in the family photo. The two of them pretty much don't talk to Kody at all, and they definitely wouldn't want to stand next to him in the photo. And obviously, we don't actually know for sure what the reason for Kody's absence in the photo was, but that's actually not the only time he was missing from something. Janelle and the kids actually celebrated Savannah's graduation by throwing a party, and it looks like Kody just wasn't invited to that at all. Janelle posted a picture from the party a couple of days after the graduation pictures, and there were actually even more people at the party than at the graduation itself. All but one of Janelle's kids were there, along with their own kids and partners, so it really was a full-fledged family gathering at that point. And obviously, it's possible that Kody was there and he just wasn't in the picture that Janelle put on Instagram. Maybe he could have been the one taking the picture, but if I'm being honest, I don't actually think he was there. I think he most likely just wasn't invited at all. They couldn't just disinvite him from the graduation itself, since that's such an official thing and he's still Savannah's dad after all. But the party was obviously a completely different thing. You only really invite the people you want to be around to your party. And the kids have been making it pretty obvious that Kody isn't really someone they would want at their party. And really, Janelle's whole family just completely separating from Kody is something that's just been coming for a while now. And now that all the kids are out of high school, things can finally start to change for real, in a bigger way. Because up until now, Janelle couldn't really have fully moved on, even if she had wanted to. But now that she's no longer bound to a specific place because her kids go to school there, she can finally do whatever she wants with her life. I mean, Savannah is still living at home for now, so she's not really completely out of the house. And as far as I know, she hasn't actually shared what her plans are now that she's graduated high school. Will she go to college? Start working? We'll just have to wait and see. But the real question here is, what is Janelle going to do? Because it's not really obvious if she even wants to split from Kody for good and get a divorce, because she hasn't actually been calling herself divorced from Kody. Obviously, they were never really legally married to begin with. It was just a spiritual marriage between them, but that doesn't mean they can't get divorced. But it's actually apparently pretty common in plural marriages to not get divorced, just separated. That way, the marriage is still technically valid even though the couple isn't really together. And that's obviously because their religion doesn't really approve of divorce at all. But despite that, both Christine and Mary actually did get divorced from Kody. But Janelle has been different in that regard. I mean, it's obvious she's happy with her new life without Kody. She's actually said something pretty interesting about that. She said that for her, the door to reconciliation with Kody is open, but she doesn't actually want anyone to go through it. And the thing is, for Janelle, her marriage to Kody has never really been about Kody to begin with. It was always the religion part and the polygamy that she was really into. That was really the reason she was so excited to marry Kody back in the 90s. So it makes sense that even now, she doesn't really want to go against the religion and actually divorce Kody. And it's probably also why she feels that the door to reconciliation needs to stay open, because she really is just so much better off without Kody. But it's possible she could still change her mind about it. And it was actually Gwen who had some interesting things to say here. According to her, it's not a coincidence that all of the wives decided to leave Kody at pretty much the same time. It all started with Christine. But Gwen said that they all empowered and encouraged each other to actually go through with the split. And who knows, maybe Christine will continue to do that with Janelle, and she will eventually cut ties with Kody for good. But what do you guys think? Do you think Janelle will actually divorce Kody in the future? What do you think about her Instagram post about Savannah's graduation? Let me know in the comments below.